Coolish for your piano prelude. Good evening and welcome. I'm Michelle Azun, a two-year senior from Linfield, Massachusetts. Tonight, we celebrate our families whose love has inspired us to thrive on this hill. And we celebrate our Tilton School family whose understanding and passion for learning have readied the senior class for its next venture in life. And we celebrate our friends who have blessed us with patience when we falter and with the fun of just being together. While the tradition of baccalaureate, typically celebrated on the evening before commencement, has been a staple of American college life, its origins go back long before any universities existed in this country. In ancient Greek culture, a laurel wreath was placed on the heads of champions in athletic tournaments and poetic competitions. Since then, the laurel has signified the gifts of wisdom, grace, and creativity. And so tonight, we extend this tradition by placing metaphorical laurels, the gifts of reflection and music, on the hearts of graduates on the eve of receiving their Tilton School diploma. Tonight, we'll invite our classmates to share their reflections. You may notice some common themes. These speak to the shared Tilton experience, while also honoring each individual's unique journey. I'll start with my story. My time here at Tilton has been nothing short of amazing. I have met some of my best friends while also gaining life experiences that will carry me through the rest of my life. I have experienced many ups and downs while on the hill, but through every season of my life here, I have grown and learned new things about myself. Growth can appear in many different ways, and it isn't always obvious. It is unique to everyone, and although you may not realize it, you grow as a person every day through experiences. Growth challenges us and reroutes us when things don't go as planned, because plans don't always work out the way we expect them to. Maybe you got a lower grade than you expected, or underperformed in something you worked very hard to excel in. You aren't defined by any failure, but by what you learn from it and apply to do better the next time around. My biggest lesson that I've learned on the hill is that everything happens for a reason. There's never one right path to your ultimate end goal and success. Some paths may be longer and may have more turns than others, but don't be discouraged because you feel like you're falling behind. Every bump in your journey is meant to happen and prepares you for your final destination. From the moment I stepped foot on campus to now, I have grown up in ways I never would have imagined. My support system at Tilton has provided me with skills to lift myself back up anytime I fall and cheer me on anytime I succeed. I am eternally grateful for all of the relationships that have come from my time here. Thank you to my best friends who have shown me the value of true quality friendships. Thank you to my family, especially my mom and dad, for supporting all of my dreams. Thank you to Briss. You have been like a second mother to me during my time here, and I know I'm not always easy to deal with, so thank you for always showing me patience and grace. Thank you to all of my teachers who have fostered an inclusive and fun learning environment. Thank you to the whole Tilton community for becoming my family, and thank you to my class for making these last 2 years the best experience of my high school career. As we enter this new chapter of our lives, I invite you to live your life to the fullest. Live without fear, and don't let fear of others' opinions stop you from being great. Live your life to the beat of your own drum. After all, this is the only one you've got. And as Briss once said, amor fati. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Perry, and I'm a 3-year senior from Haverhill, Massachusetts. I'm so honored to be standing here speaking to you all before one of the best moments of our lives happen tomorrow. Sophomore week, I never thought I'd be here today, and definitely not giving a speech. But that's the thing about Tilton. It pushes you, it stretches you, it teaches you that you're more capable than you give yourself credit for. Tilton School has been a roller coaster, a ride filled with highs and lows, wins and losses, breakthroughs and breakdowns. But through it all, it's been a place of learning and, more importantly, a place of becoming. As a Black woman at a predominantly white school, there are times when I felt like I stood out more than I fit in. Walking into rooms where no one else looked like me, spoke like me, or maybe even understood me. That wasn't always easy. There were days I questioned if I belonged here, but over time I stopped asking that question. Not because the world around me changed, but because I changed. I learned not to shrink myself to fit into spaces that were never designed for me. I learned to take up space, proudly, intentionally, and unapologetically. One constant that kept me grounded was basketball. Basketball was never just a sport for me on this hill. It became my foundation. It taught me how to be disciplined, how to be a leader, and most importantly, how to be a part of something bigger than myself. Every early morning speed training, every late night practice, every win and every loss taught me something about sacrifice, perseverance, and showing up, not just for myself, but for my team. There were days we showed up tired, sore, overwhelmed with school and life, but we kept showing up. And I think that's what real strength looks like. Without basketball, I don't know if I would have met some of the most important and influential people in my life. Teammates who turned into sisters, coaches who became mentors, and classmates who became family. These relationships reminded me that I was never alone, even on the hard days. And that brings me to what matters the most, the people. To my family, thank you for always being my biggest supporters through everything. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here today. I want to let you guys know that through the ups and downs, I'll always be grateful for every single one of you and everything you have sacrificed for me to be standing up here today. To my friends, thank you. You made this place feel like home. You reminded me to laugh when I wanted to cry, to keep going when I wanted to quit, and to be myself even when I didn't feel seen. You saw me, and that means everything. To the adults in this community, teachers, dorm parents, coaches, thank you for investing in us, for pushing us, for believing in us, and for giving us space to grow. To Briss, I've never met someone like you. You never doubted me. You never doubted me in anything, and I can't thank you enough for being my second mom. You're always there for me, even at times when I felt like no one was. You were the reason I came to Tilton, and one of the reasons that I am graduating from Tilton, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. To my classmates, we did it. Through the late study nights, hard tests, and bad habits of mind grades, we made it here. And while we're all about to go in different directions, I hope we carry the lessons we've learned here about showing up, about choosing community, and about being bold enough to be ourselves wherever we go. So tonight, I just want to say thank you, Tilton. You didn't always make it easy, but you made it worth it. You helped me find my voice, and now I get to use it. No matter where life takes us, a piece of our story will always live on this hill. Thank you, Tilton, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thanks, Michelle and Colleen. Good evening, parents, friends, and faculty. My name is Aiden Frell, and I'm a three-year senior here. I'm a three-year senior from a small town in southern New Hampshire. When I arrived at Tilton in my sophomore year, I was grieving the loss of my mother. I had planned to join the basketball team and dive into a fresh start. Needless to say, I was hopeful for the coming year at Tilton. My mother's passing changed everything. I became quiet, unsure of who I was or where I was headed. What I found here was more than an education. I found a community that helped me rebuild. I want to thank a few amazing people who made that possible. My advisor, Ms. McCandless, my incredible family, especially my Nana, and Kathy Mazziello and the Mazziello Foundation, without whom I wouldn't be standing here tonight. At Tilton, I took a different road than I expected. Basketball once defined me, but in time, I found new passions: filmmaking, skiing, cross-country, and moments of real friendship. I discovered leadership, curiosity, and joy in places I never thought to look. So tonight, as we all prepare for the next part of our journey, I ask you to take a moment and look to the people beside you. Tell them you're grateful for them. We all have a part in this place we call home for 8 months, and after all, it is the people that make the place. I'd like to leave you with Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Thank you.
My name is Tyler Bernier, and I'm a one-year senior from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Before I start, I want to say thank you to Ms. McCandless for inviting me here to speak tonight. I feel incredibly grateful and privileged to be speaking at such an important moment in time. As I look upon the faces that seem so unfamiliar just 9 months ago, I feel an overwhelming connection with each and every one of you. While I may not have had the time to sit down and talk with all of you, that doesn't mean that I don't know you or what you brought to Tilton. Each and every person here belongs. We've all heard that saying, the one no one probably listens to, the people make the place. But here's the thing, you wouldn't hear all the staff saying it if it weren't true. I remember walking on campus in the early summer, trying my best to picture myself here. Turns out I was just thinking about the fact that my father attended this school just 1,035 fortnights ago. That's 40 years. As I explored campus more, I realized Tilton felt like home, like it was where I was meant to be. But as summer faded, a wave of unfamiliar emotions hit me hard. I'd never truly switched schools before, and the idea of starting fresh left me nervous, anxious, and honestly terrified. Who knew if I was going to make friends? I had no idea if there would even be nice people here. Truly, there was no telling until I stepped foot inside on move-in day. I'll cut to the chase. I was wrong. Walking into my room for the first time, my roommate, David Garcia, had a Mexican flag hung on the wall. I remember thinking to myself, or rather realizing, that this school was going to be way different than what I was used to. I mean, people coming from other countries here for high school, it almost seemed foreign to me. And for those wondering, David and I are great friends now. The first few days of classes were honestly a little rough. I walked by myself, not really talking to anyone. I was nervous to approach people and kept waiting for the right moment. But eventually, friends slowly started to appear. I would meet one person and they'd say, "Do you want to come hang out and do this or that?" Of course, I'd say yes. Then I'd meet 3 new people every time. Over time, I realized I had nothing to worry about. Even though some friends came and went, many stayed close, some getting even closer. And that's what's different about this place. Friends feel like more than friends. They're family. Tilton helped me become more extroverted than I ever was. I literally heard one of my friends saying that I was an extrovert, something I was absolutely not used to hearing, or something I even considered myself. But as I thought more about that comment, I came to understand I really was an extrovert, and looking back, maybe I always was. But more importantly, it made me realize something we can all take away. Starting a conversation with someone is surprisingly easy. We don't like to believe that, but it's true. Sure, it may be awkward at first. You might not know what to say after the first 30 seconds, but it doesn't matter. What I want you to think about is this. Find someone who you've never talked to. Say hi to them. What if you had talked to that person? What could have happened? A great friendship? A business partner? A romantic partner? You just never know. There are so many people out there, so many stories, perspectives, cultures, you name it. But you're never going to hear them unless you ask. Sure, every once in a while someone might approach you, but you can't count on that. And someone has to be the one to walk up. So when you step into a new world, whether it's college, junior hockey, or the military academy, whatever path you take, just talk to people. As many as you can. You never know what could sprout from just a small conversation with a stranger. And to that, I am so glad I decided to talk with all of you. Thank you all. Good luck and good night.
Are you ready? Okay. Thank you, Tyler and Aiden. I'm Danny, a 2-year senior from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
And I'm Leah, Bernal, 2-year senior, also from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Just a week ago, you could find Danny, Ms. Melis, and me sitting side by side in the emergency room. Everything is okay. And that describes the bond we share. Through laughter, chaos, and even unexpected moments like that one, we show up for each other in the good times and hard ones. We stick together, and that says everything about the kind of relationship we built over the years.
Leah and I met each other at school. I had been going to that same school since kindergarten. I already had my big group of friends before Leah arrived. Leah entered my school in the 6th grade, and I remember she really didn't want to be there. It was all new for her, and it's really hard going into a new place where you have to start from the beginning. I was the first one to come up to her and talk to her so she could feel more comfortable. And since that day, we haven't been able to be without each other.
2 years ago, my dad introduced me to the idea of boarding school. He was so excited, in fact, really excited. He couldn't stop talking about it. He asked if I considered spending a year away to see what it was like, and after thinking about it, I said yes. When I shared the news with Danny, without thinking it twice, she said, "I'm coming with you." Just like that, no question asked, she was on board.
When Leah told me she decided to leave, I decided to leave too. Everybody back home was leaving for boarding school. So I told my dad about it, and he quickly said yes. My dad and my mom had always told me what good of an opportunity this would be for me, and they were there for me every single step of the way. We were nervous, curious, maybe even a little unsure, but we were together. Tilton has shown us a lot of things. Of course, at the beginning, we would get really homesick, but that's part of being away. Tilton showed us what it was to have a home away from home. We met incredible people that we know are going to be lifelong friends, and amazing faculty that supports us in everything we do, like Miss McCandless, Miss Thomas, Miss Alsace, and Mr. Blue. But most importantly, we grew closer to each other.
We didn't grow as individuals, we grew together. We challenged each other, supported each other, and reminded each other of our worth on the days we forgot ourselves. There were ups and downs, of course, but real friendship means showing up even when things are messy, and we did that for each other.
And now, as we stand at the edge of what's next, it's hard not to feel a little emotional. We're about to go off in different directions to new places, new lives, but even as the paths shift, the bond doesn't break. For the first time in years, we are going to go on different paths.
We'll carry each other in the way we speak, the way we care, the way we remember where we came from, Tilton. And years from now, when someone asks who helped us shape into who we are, we'll think of each other and our time at Tilton.
As well, we are forever grateful for our parents for pushing us to be better and guiding us through this process. And it's true what they say around campus. People do make the place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny and Leah. Hi, everyone. My name is Zoe Torog, and I'm a 4-year senior from Franklin, New Hampshire. I remember sitting here at this very event 4 years ago when my brother was graduating from Tilton. Being a freshman, I thought that this day would take an eternity to come, but it's true what they say, and high school really does go by in the blink of an eye. It is crazy to think that this is my last time in this chapel that I have spent every Friday in for the past 4 years. Leaving Tilton is so bittersweet, and I'm excited to see what the future brings for college softball, but I'm also left with a pit in my stomach when I think about leaving this place that over the last 4 years has truly become my second home. Coming to Tilton was the best decision that I have ever made, and thank you to my mom and dad for making that possible. So much has happened over my time here on the Hill, and I have met so many amazing people who have helped shape me into the woman I am today. Mr. Landrosh has given me many words of wisdom that have forever changed my life, and also forever ingrained a Shakespeare speech in my head that I couldn't forget even if I tried. Maddie has taught me what a true friendship looks and feels like, and I will forever miss the endless laughs coming from room 17. Alsace has never failed to be there for me when I need to talk or rant, and also makes for a great lunchtime chauffeur to Starbucks every single Friday. Robbie and Tommy make my Beaumont duty nights the highlight of my weeks, always offering advice when I need it. And Anna B has stuck by me from the very beginning when we met as freshmen the very first day at Tilton. We have spent every day together for the past 4 years, and thinking that in just 2 months we will be on the complete opposite sides of the country just makes leaving this place 10 times harder. Something so great about having such a small class is that I can confidently say that I have had interactions with each and every one of you. Whether that be the constant academic competitions in the classroom with Lex, or even racing Josiah to A-push class, which I'll give it to him, was hard competition sometimes, I'm so grateful to have spent my time on the Hill with some of the best people that I know. As we spend our final night here on campus, I suggest that everybody takes the time to thank the people who have made your Tilton experience so special. So I will start by saying thank you to each and every one of you for making my Tilton experience better than I could have ever imagined. Thank you.
My name is Alexa. I'm a four-year senior from Goffstown, New Hampshire, and I'm very excited to be able to speak with you all tonight. 4 years ago, I would have struggled to order my own food at a restaurant. I say that all the time on my admissions tours, but I want to showcase growth to prospective and incoming families, but now I want to share it with us, the ones who are moving on. Whether it was 4 years ago or 9 months ago, we all sat here for the very first time, and look how far we've come. Some of us have stepped into leadership roles, been star players in the courts, the fields, the ice, or maybe some of us tried tofu for the first time in the dining hall. But one thing for sure, we have all grown. Tilton is wicked old. It has seen many classes graduate, but the class of 2025 had some external factors that made our time different. Our freshman year, we came to school having to take COVID tests to come onto campus and wear masks everywhere we went. Our class started as a small group of 18 students, and we barely saw the lower halves of anyone's faces. That year, the girls lived in West Knowles and the boys lived in East Knowles. Next year, both wings would be renovated and received a much-needed makeover. We also would see changes in leadership, faculty leaving and joining our community, new faces all around us. We faced challenges and opportunities of growth as a community, but mostly as individuals. Tilton was growing and changing, but most of us didn't realize that we were growing with it. Growth is the action, progress is the reward. Changing and developing is inevitable and constant. It shapes us into the people we are every day. Bear with me here, but visualize a child stepping up to a door and an adult making a mark to show how much they've grown in an increment of time. Tilton is just a small increment, a tick in our growth, a very momentous tick, but we all have so much ahead of us. Growth is power, and as we leave this chapel, walk across the stage tomorrow, remember that we all have the power to embrace growth. Be ready to let go of Tilton, hold on to the memories, and open yourself up to the new journey. Leaving Tilton, I can say for sure, I now order my own food at restaurants. And I'm truly excited for us. Thank you to those who have been here for us during our time. From students, faculty families, and pets, the simple interactions is what makes this place special. From a simple hello and smile or congrats on the win, the people here made Tilton what it is. You are who we hold on to and think fondly back upon. Let's get ready to prepare ourselves. Tomorrow's going to be a big change, full of many emotions, and it is another tick in our journey through life. Thank you. And now Sophie Young, a two-year student from Manchester, New Hampshire, will perform You're Gonna Go Far by Noah Kahn, accompanied by Miss Coolish on the piano.
The only time I got to pray for in life, I saw your destination with a deadline. This is normal conversation, maybe it's all fine. I got you vision for all lies. This is the land, or it's the world. It's a strong hand, it's not College kids are getting so young, ain't they? Correcting on the grammar on the spray paint. And you can give a drive until nightfall. I'm tired of the backwards, but right on. This is the land, or it's the world. It's a strong hand, it's not It's much to know when things get hard. It'll be hard. It'll be hard. And while I should have been in the yard, it'll be hard. It'll be hard. So pack up your car, put a hand on your heart, say we love you wherever you are. We ain't you're the greatest in the universe. The birds still sing, the oceans still fight, the wolves still you still want me. We'll always be there.
Thank you, Sophie. Almost shed a tear there. That was beautiful. Good evening, everyone. Faculty, friends, and especially my fellow seniors. My name is Marty Pierce, and I'm a 2-year senior from North Reading, Massachusetts. Tonight, I want to walk you through a few of my favorite and most defining lessons I've learned on the Hill. All told from the perspective of Marty Pierce. And I say my full name intentionally because when I arrived here first, my roommate, Luke Postecki, refused to call me anything else other than my whole name. It was never just Marty, it was always Marty Pierce. And honestly, I still have people call me by my full name, like Mr. Suarez, because that's how Tillin is. People here just don't meet you, they see you, they remember you, and in big ways and small, they shape the story you tell about yourself. Want the absolute best for you, whether you accept it or not. These past 2 years felt like a lifetime, packed with memories and moments I'll carry forever. That feeling comes from the incredible people around me who make Tilton what it is. Whether it's baseball in Mr. Landrosh's classes when Ruth launched a water bottle into the wall, hanging out with Mr. Blute in his classroom, or ripping pawn hockey, or hanging out in the dorm with the boys. These are the times I'll never forget. Tilton isn't just about academics. It's about learning how to think, seeing new perspectives, and building real relationships. One of the most important lessons I've learned came while training for the Boston Marathon. I didn't just run across the finish line. I ran to prove something to myself. Because when it's freezing out and no one's watching, your legs are sore, that's when you find out who you really are. Romans 8:18 says, our present sufferings aren't worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed in us. And I believe that. The pain fades, but what stays is how it changes you. I used to think I was a little strange for living this way, chasing things most people don't understand. But Tilton taught me that different isn't something to hide. It's something to celebrate. So as we prepare to depart from the Hill in less than 24 hours, let me leave you with one thing. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Fix it, face it, make it better. Build belief, build confidence, to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You face your demons. You're able to heal all your past traumas. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. So cheers to being different. Cheers to being unapologetically yourself. Because at the end of the day, you only live once, so you might as well chase your dreams. So when you face struggles and whatever your next chapter may be, embrace it fully. Because so often we ask God to change the situation we are in. But what if we were put in the situation to change who we really are? Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Good evening. My name is Sebastian, and I'm a 3-year senior from Paramus, New Jersey. As we close, I'd like to share with you a traditional Irish blessing. May the rose rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May God be with you and bless you. May you see your children's children. May you be poor in misfortune, rich in blessings. May you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the warm rays of sun fall upon your home, and may the hand of a friend always be near. May green be the grass you walk on. May blue be the skies above you. May pure be the joys that surround you, and may true be the hearts that love you. So seniors, tomorrow we walk together as a class and as a family to receive our diplomas. It will be the final time we walk on this campus as students. So as we take this walk from Plimpton to the podium and from the podium into the rest of our lives, let's walk with a delicate balance of humility and pride and equal doses of strength and vulnerability. Thank you, and we'll see each other again tomorrow. Please enjoy the postlude performed by Miss Coolish as we depart. Good night.